back to the Hyvä YouTube channel and for another episode of Out and About. Last week we were actually out a lot. Hyvä was very out and about. So we thought we'd grab a hot drink and spill the tea, but not literally. It's too good to waste at the minute. If you're new here, my name's Rebecca. I'm the community manager here at Hyvä. Oh no, we've lost Sanne. What's happening? Well, it's just me and John here now. But yes, we were out and about last week, and so was Sanne, but now she's gone out and about again. Left us. We're just going to have a black screen with just your voice on and off.
I'm here. You can't see me, but you can hear me. Yeah.
If you are new here, my name is Rebecca. I'm the community manager here at Hyvä, and I'm joined by two of my amazing colleagues, John, who is VP of Product, and Sanne, who is our commercial director as well. So hello, both.
Hello.
We had not one, not two, but 4 events last week that we were all out and about at across Europe, and it's kicked off on Monday, obviously with you, John. At Meet Magento Romania, so I think that'll probably be a good place to start. So yeah, how was the event? How where was it based? Is it Cluj? Is that, am I saying that right?
Yeah, I think the official name is Cluj-Napoca, but most people just refer to it as Cluj. So yeah, in Transylvania, in Romania.
I went to Meet Magento Romania years ago. I did a talk there, and yeah, I was pretending to be a vampire the whole time. But yeah, was it good? Did you see any vampires?
I didn't see any vampires, unfortunately. Well, or fortunately, whichever way you look at it. But no, it was.
I saw you.
Yeah, maybe.
But no, it was good. Yeah, Cluj is lovely. The event was good. It's great to connect with a Romanian community. I hadn't been to Romania or a Romanian event before, so yeah, it was really nice to connect with the Magento community out there, which is very passionate and quite loyal, I guess, to the product and to the brand, which is good.
Amazing. Did you see many talks when you were there? I know you gave a talk, didn't you, in the afternoon?
I did give a talk. Yeah, so quite a few talks actually. First off, I ended up being on a last minute panel on behalf of MageOS because unfortunately Matthias from the Magento Association couldn't attend last minute due to travel problems. So yeah, 4 of us joined together with Vlad, the organizer. We did a bit of a panel on all things Magento Association, MageOS, and Adobe, just to give a bit of a update and state of where things are at in terms of the community side, so that was good. And then there were talks from Adobe about their edge delivery services offerings. There were talk from myself about Hyvä. There's some other good talks. There was one about how to channel your frustrations into positivity from Jakob Winkler. There was performance talks from Ivan. I'm trying to think. There's lots and lots to fill the day.
Putting you on the spot now.
You are,
pressure. My brain does that. It's like I've forgotten everything I've ever done.
There was a talk from Kuba from Snowdog about accessibility, which is I've seen a bit of it before at Meet Magento Netherlands, but it's a good talk. And my travel buddy Nick from JH gave a talk on AI as well. So yeah, all in all, it was a good day with lots of interesting information. So there's 2 tracks, tech and business, so I only got to see a few bits here and there.
Yeah.
Well, I did some of the business, but yeah, mostly tech, given my background. But yeah, no, it was good. Good.
Awesome. It sounds like you crammed it in.
Yeah.
Because we had a stand there as well, didn't we? So I'm guessing that you were kind of repping that as well, trying to do it at the same time.
I'll be honest, the stand didn't get repped that well, unfortunately. We didn't plan to have a stand. It was mostly just a plan to have some banners to advertise a little bit, if you like. Yeah, I try to go to the stand every now and again, but trying to be in 3 places at once doesn't really work. So.
No, it is always difficult at conferences, isn't it? When you're trying to see a bit of everything, soak it all in. But no, it sounds really good. Some of the stuff that I've seen on LinkedIn and that looks like everybody had a really good time, and Yeah, I've seen lots of photos, selfies and stuff, so that's really nice. Was there like an after party or anything like that, or was it pretty chill?
Yeah, there was a good after party. We had a pre-party and an after party for a single day
All the
for a single
parties.
day event. So yeah, almost as much partying
Any
as event.
excuse. The,
Not like the way
the
to do it.
Magento community, yeah, we have any
Yeah.
excuse for a party. If we'll do like a mid party as well, like lunchtime, yeah, halfway through party,
Yeah,
yeah, it's nearly here party, yeah.
yeah, no, the actual event and the talks are just there to make it look professional. The real business happens in the parties.
100% is the fringe events that we're all there for.
Yep.
Love it. I know, that's amazing. Yeah, and we kind of crossed paths then on Tuesday or Wednesday as you were coming back.
Yep.
I was going across to London. You were coming out of Luton. So yeah, we could have high-fived on the train tracks. But yeah, then obviously on Wednesday was when all of the other events kicked off. So we had the Tweakwise Partner Day, MX London, and the Retail Technology Show all on the same day. But I think we should start with the Tweakwise event, if that's all right, Sanne, because that was, I think, the first that happened in the day. And it looked like such a fun event. I've even seen rumours of karaoke.
Yes, definitely. That was definitely the highlight of the day, I can say.
It's the after party again.
But as an after party, it was more like part of the event itself because it started at 3 in the afternoon. And then there were already drinks, so well catered, well prepared. And then they Tweakwise gave some talks. And then after that, we had a really lovely dinner and party indeed. So it was a great evening.
Yeah, I saw it was a Michelin-starred meal that you had.
Yes,
was
I
it very fancy?
excited about that because the chef is actually one of my favorites in Amsterdam. So when I saw that he was cooking, I immediately sent a message to Ronald from Tweakwise, and I said, "Look, I can't bring any colleagues, but my wife would love to be there for the dinner." Is that okay?
She will be Hoover branded.
Yeah, he had just put on a Hoover shirt and have her come, so she did.
Yeah.
And she loved it too. Yeah, the food was amazing, really, really good.
I love it. It did look like there was a lot of people there as well. Looked like a good networking event.
There was, yeah. There were about 100, 150 people, I think. So it was quite busy.
Amazing. So how many talks were there at the Tweakwise event? Was it like a conference-y type thing, or was it more informal?
Yeah, a little bit. Obviously, like the size of the group wasn't too big. Like 100 people was still. We were to divide it between like a technical track and a commercial track. So it started off with a general presentation of where Tweakwise is at. And for those of you who don't know, it's a search and product discovery tool. They have had an integration with Hoover for quite some time already. And what was really nice was that at the end of the presentations, Tweakwise handed out some awards for some of their partners. And one of the partners that won an award was Amico, an agency from the Netherlands that actually built the integration between Hoover and Tweakwise. So that was really, really nice to see that they got recognized for that work. And all throughout the presentation was lovely to see a lot of Hoover being mentioned as, the way to optimize your Magento stores, working obviously with Tweakwise, but then also with Hoover as a front-end solution, and Hoover Checkout was mentioned, so that was good to see. And other than that, I just really enjoyed listening to, this other company from the Netherlands and see how innovative they are, what they do. To be honest, I wasn't too well versed about their whole product suite basically, so it was nice to get a little bit more insight in not only how search mod works, but also product discovery. So it's one thing to show a product that consumers actually looking for, but it's another to make them aware of a product that they might also want to have. And how do you do that when there's not a prompt from the merchant coming? Obviously, AI is a great way to integrate with things like product discovery and search, because you can do really personalized products offerings and marketing and stuff. So that was really cool to see. So yeah, I learned a lot.
It does sound awesome. I might have to do a little bit more digging into Tweakwise, to be fair, and like you say, because obviously I've seen a few of their presentations, but like you say, not fully looked under the hood to see how things could work. So yeah, no, that sounds really cool.
Also, what was interesting to me was that oftentimes third-party extensions like Tweakwise, they kind of interfere with performance. So that was also the case for Tweakwise, because it was actually relying on a lot of JavaScript, which was slowing down the sites, which puts people like us in a little bit of a difficult position, because we of course always say like reduce the amount of JavaScript, like try to keep it as simple and easy as possible, so you have a great performing website. And we have partners like RunVision who are focusing on performance monitoring, who also advise that. But the great thing is that RunVision was also partnering with Tweakwise, and they actually invested a lot in making their extension be more performant. So they still use JavaScript, but they use more modern version, which is actually not conflicting with performance. So it was great also to see the performance improvements that they made, and that therefore our mutual clients can also benefit from. So that was really nice to see.
Yeah, definitely. I think that is so important, and you don't see it very often from service provider modules like that. We've obviously worked agency side very recently, and when clients come and they're like, oh, can you just put this on, or can you just add this bit of script, or just do this, just want to install this module, and they don't realize just how much weight it adds to the front end. It might even just be like email integration, like your newsletter integration. Even those kinds of things can add serious weight, let alone stuff that's, like you say, actually affecting the front end a lot more than just like an integration. So yeah, I think it's good
but I do
they're
feel
focusing on that.
I feel like there's more and more awareness about this in the market nowadays. Just also, of course, with the increase in more of core web vitals and Google, being more and more on top of the user experience that websites build, that it's really good to see this performance mindset, I would say, is trickling down more and more into the community. So not only people building the websites, but also the ones that are developing extensions, etc. It's one thing to provide a solution for a need that Discover merchants have, but it's another one to take into account all the other factors that matter for a successful e-commerce site.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, hopefully that trend continues across everybody, not just the new services, but existing ones. Definitely, I think we can play a part in helping them as well.
I think that too.
Well, let's give them a little push in the right direction. Yeah, I think the next event would be me, where I went to London for. I left, I think it was midday Wednesday. I got there Wednesday afternoon for the Magento London meetup, MxLDN. And yeah, it was really nice. It was at the digital offices again, it's where I remember it being held back when it was the Magento meetup like years ago. This is the second one that the MxLDN have done that Immersed and JH have organised. But I think it was like the 75th one in total, so it's quite a high number. I can't remember off the top of my head if I'm way off. But yeah, I think it was the 75th London Magento meetup. But obviously, yeah, they're only the second one since it got rebooted. And it was really nice. It was, yeah, kind of a bit like stepping back in time to how it was before COVID and before like these kind of events went a bit quiet. And it was nice to see everyone that I've not seen for years. And the talks were really, really good. And the pizza was really, really good as well. And
was it Michelin-starred quality?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a Michelin, it was Domino's, so but there was, there was a lot of choice, but there wasn't a chef as such. No, there was crates of Corona and Fanta, which was nice. But no, it's not quite. I don't think it was quite on the same level as a Michelin-starred chef. Maybe next time I'll suggest it to Jamie and Charles and get them to pull a chef in. But no, it was really good. There were 2 talks, one from a merchant called, it's a French name, so I'm probably going to absolutely butcher the name, but it's Le Meur. They're an equestrian brand. And yeah, they showed off they're built on Magento, but they're headless. And he was the guy that gave the talk, Sean. He's the head of e-commerce there, and he was talking about the importance of asking for direct customer feedback, and how they used their direct customer feedback to basically build their roadmap and like score different things. And it was a really, really interesting talk. And there's definitely stuff that even as Hoover, I want to use going forward to like as inspiration to implement, obviously, when we speak to our customers. I know that we do have direct and open conversations with them already, but just more of that really, I think it'd be really cool. And it was interesting to see how they implemented it as well on the front end. So they just have like pop-ups. They have one that's pre-purchase. If they go to leave the checkout, it's just a box that pops up and says, is there anything holding you back from completing your order right now? And it's just an open text field box, and that they just can either rant or type in like what they want. And then they have some that are immediately post-purchase as well. I think they were saying like, what was the main thing that convinced you to buy this product? And then the other one was, what was one thing that nearly stopped you from ordering this product? And again, just open text boxes, not like a survey where it's like yes, no, or whatever. It was, yeah, complete open feedback, which they said was really, really good. They said it was so useful that they actually have it coming straight into their inboxes. So these feedbacks just they don't get stored anywhere, they get sent, emailed directly to them, and then obviously do a lot of analysis based on that. And they showed off this product that they'd developed, which based from the feedback, they realized they could group everything into what people wanted into like this one product that they wanted to build, which was an outfit builder. And honestly, I've had a play with it and it's so cool. So it's a 3D rendered outfit builder for the horse and the rider. So basically it's like a horse that you can then dress and then match your outfit to the horse. And you can like choose like, oh, I want like, you can even choose
what sort of outfit
what color your horse is.
Does a horse have?
Well, you know, like the saddle and the bridle. Is it called the bridle? The bit that goes on the mouth, and the saddle, and then like the blanket that goes under the saddle can be a different pattern that matches your outfit. Like, I was like, I'm going to get into equestrian because these horses look really trendy. I was like, I wonder if I could get one for the dog. But like, imagine that lead. I think that's where we could get a matching lead and jumper, and yeah, I think there's a gap in the market there. But yeah, so it's all 3D rendered, and when you go onto this, I'll put the link in the show notes and I'll send you the link. But go onto this outfit builder, and you can pick what color your horse is. So they've got all the complex colors of the horse. Like you can get like dapple gray, the other ones that look like cows. Like there's all different patterns. You could pick your horse's pattern, then pick the saddle that they want to wear, the bridle, pick your matching outfit, and go through it's all 3D rendered. And then it got amazing, obviously, feedback. And then they recreated it for toys as well. They also sell toys, basically like little horse teddies where you can make a horse teddy that looks exactly like your horse wearing the outfit that your horse wears. And they something like ridiculous, like tripled their toy sales over the Christmas period, because you can imagine if you've got a child or know someone even that is into equestrian and you can build a horse that looks exactly like a horse, then that's an amazing gift.
It is. And so it's hyper personalized, I'd say.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it was really, really interesting.
Cool.
But yeah, and
oh dear.
Did she disappear from your screen too?
Yeah. This is going well today.
Is this my internet connection? We lost our host for today.
Yep. Now Rebecca's gone out and about. My turn in the last part of the show.
Yeah. Just before the end, you'll be okay. My God, I'm going.
Oh my God, we are not having much luck today, are we? Jesus Christ. If you know anyone interested in horses, you can build them a horse toy based on their horse. But no, it was a really interesting talk. Obviously, it was really good. And yeah, I think just the open-ended feedback stuff was definitely a valuable reminder to remember to speak to your customers and get that connection with them. The second talk was from Dan Garner, who's the founder and MD of OnTap. Obviously, they're a partner of Hoover's. But he was talking about audit IQ and the importance of monitoring on merchant sites for both agencies and the merchant as well. And it was really interesting to see this product that they've developed. It's like a dashboard where it monitors everything that happens on the site. So any code changes, configuration changes, SEO changes, website performance, any security vulnerabilities. It even tracks like module versions as well. So as soon as a new module version comes out, you get like a notification on the dashboard. And it's just, constantly refreshing, which I think is like, obviously there's quite a few similar services out there at the minute, but yeah, it looked really, really good. And just showed how OnTap were able to keep such a good relationship with their merchants because they were constantly being proactive, because I think that's what happens a lot in agencies, and I'm sure we've all witnessed it, where at the beginning, when the relationship's fresh and you do the audit, obviously normally when you take on a client, especially if it's an existing site, always do a code audit, suggest a bunch of stuff, and then the relationship can break down if stuff like doesn't go exactly perfect or whatever. I mean, obviously none of my clients' relationships ever break down with me. Why would they?
Obviously.
No, but it happens. Like you get fatigue with the people that you're working with, the agency that you're working with. You just want fresh energy sometimes. But it was really good because obviously this audit IQ and just being able to see as soon as something goes wrong or any deploy that happens, is instant feedback rather than the client coming back to you in a couple of weeks and being like, I've noticed the site's been slow, and it's like, oh, it must have been the deploy that we actually did 3 weeks ago, and the site's been like that for 3 weeks. It's not ideal. That's where obviously you can get into relationship troubles. So yeah, it was just really cool tool base that they've developed to not have to rely on like human intervention all the time. So you've got this like this constant feedback loop of, okay, the site's performance could be better, or because it's not always the agency. Merchants do things like put stuff in their head script and put massive images on the homepage, or like but something where it can just be flagged straight away. But yeah, it was really interesting talk. Again, about how, and I really liked the undertone of helping the relationship between merchant and agency, and just having open and honest conversations about that. It was really good. And then I went to the pub after with Peter from Sanasi and Tide and Thomas from Monsoon Consulting. But I was good. I just had a tonic water. I was very good. Because I knew I had to get up early the next day to go to the retail technology show, which was a bit...
Such discipline.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm so proud of myself.
Yeah, impressive. You should teach me some.
No, it was nice to catch up with them and see everyone. Like I said, there was loads in the actual event that I spoke to from a lot of partners, obviously, of Hoover, which was really nice. And then, the retail technology show, I didn't stay too long, to be fair. It was a little bit maybe disappointing on the e-com front, especially. So obviously it's a retail tech show, but it was very like in-store focused. There was a lot of like EPOS tills and different things like that. It was still really interesting, and there was still obviously quite a lot of merchants there. When I went and sat in a talk by Too Good To Go, which is a company that basically partner with food companies. Lidl, Aldi, I think, are one of their partners, but they also do it with restaurants to help fight food waste, because it's like 1/3 of food is wasted. And their MD Sophie was giving a talk which was really interesting. And just about how you can put purpose over profit and still, like, I feel like it kind of resonated, especially with the way Hyvä works. We're very purpose driven here, I think. So yeah, it was quite nice to see more of that happening just in and around the industry. But while I was sat in that talk, I got talking to the person who was sat next to me, and he was from Sainsbury's, and I was like, oh my God, Sainsbury's.
Starstruck.
But no, it was like, but obviously there was quite a lot of like quite big merchants there. And yeah, I was obviously just chatting to him, and he was talking about obviously food waste for a supermarket is obviously extremely important. Because there's any food waste is profit waste basically. So yeah, it was quite interesting to see that there. And then yeah, there was a lot of payment stands. But I've spoken to a few people since the event as well, and they've all kind of said the same, that there was a big gap there in terms of e-commerce. Yeah, it did seem like there was a bit of a gap in the market at the show. I found one Magento logo in the whole show. But that was kind of the vibe, to be fair. It was very much like more operational than like improvements and physical retail.
Well, I'm glad Hyvä had some representation there.
Yeah, it was just me wondering about. I was wearing my Hyvä t-shirt. So.
We were there.
Yeah. But no, it was still nice to go. Obviously, it's always nice to go to these kinds of events and just see what the vibe is and what the latest trends are. I've got this big agenda that I pulled from the show. So yeah, I was going to go through and see what talks I missed on the first day. And catch up with anything that has been going on. But yeah, that was my out and about.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a fun week, I think, had by all.
It was. But I have to say, what I really enjoyed also is that obviously Tweakwise is a platform agnostic integration. So I wasn't sure like what kind of crowd to expect and if there would be a lot of people that I didn't know, but actually there were a lot of people from the Magento community there. So that always makes me like a little bit proud again. And I say, okay, I'm sure they've invited, agency partners from other platforms as well, but there was such a big overrepresentation, if not 100% of the agencies that were there were actually Magento agencies and Hyvä partners. So that was really, really nice to see. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, we love to see Magento representation.
Exactly. Well, I mean, so many people are talking about like how Magento is resurrected and it's like there's a whole new energy and whole new vibe going on in the community, and it's nice to see that solidifying events like these.
Yeah,
I would say it's similar vibe at Meet Magento Romania. Obviously, it's a Magento dedicated event, but yeah, it's good to see so many people there, still focused, still doing the Magento thing. It was good.
Yeah, I think it shows that I don't think we didn't really go away, but we've kind of, I don't know, not been as vocal maybe, or as present. And I think probably COVID didn't help as well with that. We're all kind of just coming back out into the real world, but it is nice to see that community vibe is still there at the core. Like it's still the driving force, which is really nice.
Definitely.
I think these kind of like smaller events are actually quite a good measure and a good thing of how the community is. Like it's all well and good having the big annual events and like the Meet Magento New Yorks and UKs and even the one in India that's huge. But yeah, having lots of like slightly smaller events all dotted around the place more frequently is definitely a good thing.
Yeah, keeps finger on the pulse.
Exactly, and it keeps people involved. So you could really see that it's contagious, the enthusiasm, even when it's for a karaoke set.
See, that's what I was going to ask. What was your karaoke song? I always consider myself pretty much of an all-round entertainer.
so I'm not particularly good at one thing, but I just like doing everything. So I went along with the choice of my partner in crime, which is Nick Verkoelen from Vendic, our platinum partner actually. And he insisted on doing Christina Aguilera with Dirty. I mean, how could I object? It's a fantastic song, and I still knew all the lyrics by heart, so that also makes it easier to
just pull that out of the back pocket, like, oh yeah,
of course, yeah. And that was also fun was that after that, so Tweakwise has a Swedish counterpart. They've acquired a Swedish company. And so there were quite a few Swedish, Tweakwise people, but also Swedish partners there. And so they got really into doing all the Swedish songs. And so I decided to just go along and pretend that I speak Swedish. And I think, you know, kind of like seeing the actual lines on the screen in combination with some of the gin tonics that I had was actually got me pretty close to fake a Swedish accent.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it was good fun.
Wow. So Christina Aguilera Dirty and then just something in Swedish.
Yeah.
Definitely
something about going to the mountains to ski. I don't know. It sounded cool. It sounded very Swedish.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, you set the bar now, I think, for our out and about travel.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I should get a video
IRX
next
is the
time.
next one. I was just about to ask, is there any videos?
Yeah.
Is there any proof of this Christina Aguilera? I mean, Dirty, is there two, or did you just sing it at the same time, or was there two different tracks? Like,
to be honest, I didn't really hear Nick sing.
He was just stood there in
Maybe he
awe
just
of you.
requested the song because he enjoyed me watching me sing it. In hindsight, that could have been it. But I think the idea was to just sing simultaneously, and that see how far we'd go.
Brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think the next out and about for us will probably be IRX. Is that right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
At the end of May.
And that's perfect because it's actually the three of us.
It is. So get practicing your Christina Aguilera, John. Competition.
I'm thinking
John
maybe we should all.
I'm thinking we should all do Moulin Rouge because I feel like we could all have a role in that then.
Yeah.
Then Sanne, you can
definitely.
still be Christina Aguilera.
Thank
Like
you.
I'll be Maya or something. You could be
Yes.
Pink, John.
Okay.
I can see that.
So yeah, that I think that'll be
We
good.
have a vacancy for number 4 if anybody is
We'll
interested.
drag someone in. So yeah, send your submissions in now if you'd like to be part of our Moulin Rouge tribute act. We're taking submissions, but no, I think if we covered everything, is there anything else that we wanted to get into?
I think I shared way more than I intended to.
Brilliant. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give us a little thumbs up below. Make sure you subscribe, click that little bell so that you get notifications and don't miss out on any of our videos, and especially not our karaoke ones. But yeah, it's been really nice talking to you both. Thank you so much. See you next time.
See you next time. Thanks.
Cheers. See you next time.
Cheers.
Bye.